I've had a couple of questions about how to actually apply the wax because some of you are getting breakage and some of you are not being able to get all of the hair. It's actually really an easy fix, but it's an easy fix that you have to practice with and get used to doing it, and then it works really good. When you take your stick, I'm going to put this on my arm here, and I'm not wearing gloves because I'm doing it on myself, okay? So the pressure, maybe you can see the pressure. You need to get the angle correctly, and the pressure, see how I'm actually kind of pushing it into my skin, or I'm actually bringing it down a little bit. You need to use that pressure. It's hard to explain it. I can't go like this and have you feel it, okay? But you can actually see the pressure and the angle. So when you're putting the wax on, and we also had a question about oil, so it's just one little tiny drop, tiny drop is all you really need. Because if you're using too much oil, the wax isn't going to stay. So when you move your wax again, you just bring it back here, bring your wax up. So I'm going to I put hard wax on in this manner, and I bring it down, and see the pressure? I'm doing it really slow and a little exaggerated, but I'm really getting that pressure on there. And one of the questions was, my wax keeps coming up, do I have on too much oil? Well, if you work your wax too much when it starts to dry, that's going to happen as well. So again, this wax is going to dry pretty quickly, and then you just take it off. Okay, so let's do that again so we can, and you don't have to I'm not going to have to re-oil myself. So I'm going to take the wax. You don't want to put it on this way when you're using hard wax, because if you put it on sideways like this, your wax is going to be too big of a strip and it's going to hurt too much when it comes off. So when you're using hard wax, let it pool, bring it down, work it down 2 or 3 times, and then I'm actually pushing it to the skin and getting it on there. So we're going to let this dry. Oh, a piece of wax, I got it off a little too soon. So if you're doing a strip wax, okay, the pressure is exactly, whoops, there goes my oil, okay? The strip is exactly the same. You don't need oil, but let it pool. But this you want to do sideways. And I'm actually pushing it down, not to the point where it hurts, but it actually comes off a little bit thinner that way too. So this one here, we're going to lift it up, we're going to pull it. And I talk a lot about, I'm going to take this opportunity to be a good salesperson. We talk a lot about the wax not being, with it being resin and not breaking like the polymer waxes do. This wax is going to stay more pliable than anything that has a polymer in it, which is the plastic. So it'll work with you instead of fight you a little bit. So when you get your strip, I can get one strip here. Again, then you just take it off in small pieces. If I were to take this whole strip and put it down like this, like we were all taught in school, and pull it off, you're probably not going to have a client that's going to come back, because that hurts. So when you do your strips, see the thickness of my strip? I always try to do it about the same as a stick, the width of a stick, and then it doesn't even hurt. So when I get people that say, you must have the no screen cream in your wax because your wax doesn't hurt either, it's because of the way you take it off, okay?